We have a vast array of experience in machine building in a number of different industrial markets, which include food processing and packaging, converting, pulp and paper, oil and gas, and the plastics market. And with that experience, we've taken on many different projects that require a different array of machining, fabricating, and assembly experience. And so when we approach a customer that has a new and different application, we can use that experience that we've had in a number of markets to make sure that we can give that customer the solution that they're looking for. There's really two ways that a project comes together at Lindquist Machine Corporation. On a project where a customer has a machine that's already been designed and they're looking for a complete machine build, they usually provide us a complete set of drawings and a bill of material, and with that we can provide them with a firm quote for all the services that we're going to provide. The second way is for customers who have an idea of what they want a machine to do in the marketplace for them, but they don't have any details. And in that case, we'll work with the customer to define what the scope of the project will be, and specifically what that particular machine will need, how it will need to perform and what it will need to do. And then once the scope is established, we can put together some estimates as far as engineering, design engineering, and also for the manufacturing and assembly as well. Lindquist also can provide design engineering both from a mechanical as well as an electrical standpoint. We have developed a very, very strong and closely aligned procurement supply chain, which allows us to provide you a full turnkey procurement solution. So our customers generally are giving us one purchase order. Our expectation is that we're going to provide them all of the purchasing, all the manufacturing, and all the assembly needs they have for a particular machine. We have a project leader that's assigned for a specific customer, and that project leader has a number of tools that he can use to make sure that the project stays on time, at cost, and at the quality level that it needs. We've invested heavily in our business operating system called Encompass, which gives that project leader and his team access in real time to exactly where every part is, whether it's a purchased part, a manufactured part, or whether it's an assembly. And by having that expansive capability, we can see beforehand where problems are going to arise, whether they're in a capacity standpoint or whether it's in a quality area, and we can take action beforehand to make sure that we're dealing with that issue before it becomes a serious problem that can affect either the quality, the cost, or the delivery of the machine to the customer. We try to keep as much of the manufacturing of parts in as we can, and we have a range of sizes that we can manufacture internally at Lindquist. We have small machine tools for small parts you can hold in your hand, and we have very, very large machine tools that allow us to make frames or bearing assemblies, things that are 10, 15 tons. And so pretty much that whole range of parts we're capable of supplying internally at Lindquist Machine Corporation. However, we also want to try to expand and contract our capacity cost effectively as needed. And with that, we have developed a very, very closely aligned outsource program with key vendors that are geographically close to Lindquist, where we can use those vendors that have been certified by us to perform the less risky and non-critical machining for us when it's required. By having that supply chain in line, we can ramp up and ramp down our capacity as needed so that we can ensure that our customers' machines will be delivered on time. We have crane capacity in the assembly area of anywhere between 10 and 25 tons, and then in the manufacturing areas we have up to 15 tons. So we can handle quite large parts if needed, and some very large assemblies and machines as well. On our first build, our job with a customer is to minimize that learning curve, because that learning curve is money that nobody really wants to try to pay for. And so what we do is we ask our customer to supply us one or two of their experienced assemblers and have them work directly with our assemblers on that first machine build. And to go along with that, any labor that our customer supplies for that first machine build, we will reduce our price accordingly. So it's not costing them a lot to help us with that first machine. Now, in the process of those two groups working together, our assemblers are able to take that information that generally is in the heads of our customers' assemblers and get their arms around it so that they understand it, but also document it so that on subsequent machine builds, we're going to have access to that information, and it won't be new to us. So we're going to be able to offer and deliver to our customers a very cost-effective solution right out of the blocks instead of having to go through a significant learning curve. The greatest competitive advantage that I believe Lindquist Machine Corporation has is very simple. It's the people. We have a group of people that are solely committed to the mission and the vision of this company and are willing to work together on cross-functional teams with an outward focus on the marketplace. So their job is to make sure that they can find out where our customers are having problems and how we need to take the services that we offer and bundle them together to deliver that best solution to that customer that's going to solve their biggest problems. And I believe it's because of the people that we've had the success that we have had in this machine building business we're in. We do what we said we would do. Now, that doesn't mean that Lindquist Machine Corporation is perfect, and it doesn't mean that we don't make mistakes, but it does mean that we will make every effort and use all of our resources to do what we said we would do. And if in fact we do run into a problem, you will hear about it immediately. You won't find out about it after the fact, nor after it's caused a big problem. And we're going to engage you with us to help solve that problem. So that's the biggest key that we have, in addition to our people, is our integrity and our honesty. We do what we said we would do.